Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the part in our ceremony where I will introduce officially our commencement speaker. This morning, Morgan State University is very privileged and extremely honored to have as our commencement speaker Ed Gainey, Mayor of the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Mayor Ed Gainey is a visionary leader and dedicated public servant known for his commitment to improving the region and the lives of people he serves. Born and raised in Pittsburgh, where he attended local public schools, Mayor Gainey had a passion for that city that was evident in every aspect of his life. Mayor Gainey came to Baltimore to pursue higher education here at the national treasure, Morgan State University, where he earned a bachelor's degree in business management in 1994. This solid academic foundation here at Morgan and his natural leadership skills laid the groundwork for his future in public service. He credits Morgan not only with challenging him with a rigorous education, but also providing him with a sense of belonging and with invaluable experiences that paved the way for him to ascend to Pittsburgh's highest public office. Mayor Gainey achieved a significant milestone in 2021 by becoming the first Black person ever elected mayor of Pittsburgh. Yes, he won the hearts and the votes of his fellow citizens there with a progressive and inclusive vision for the city's future. As mayor, he is tackling pressing issues such as affordable housing, infrastructure development, and the Pittsburgh Plan for Peace. His administration also prioritizes community policing, fostering bonds between law enforcement officers and the neighborhoods they serve. I could go on and on about this remarkable public servant, but please join me in giving a very warm Morgan welcome home to one of its own, Mayor Ed Gainey of Pittsburgh.
Good morning, and congratulations to the class of I went back to mine. The 2024. Before I begin, President Wilson, I want to thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to be here today. To me, this comes well-rounded to start here and to be back, to be able to give this commencement speech. I just want to say thank you. And to all the administrators, to all the trustees, also thank you for having me. I appreciate this opportunity to be before this distinguished group today. Thank you so much. But before we get this party started, I also want to thank someone who had a profound impact on my life. Two elected officials, because I had never met an elected official until I got to the city. One was a mayor named Kurt Smoke. The other one was the legacy, the legend, the godfather, Kwasi Mfume. As much as I come to celebrate these students for the achievement that is before them today, I'd like to take a moment to thank every mother, every father, every grandmother, every grandfather, every auntie, every uncle. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you Because without your love, they could not be here today. Without somebody that they can stand on their shoulders and take a look around, and when times got rough, told them it was going to be all right. The power of love is transformational. And without your transformation, they could not be seated in these seats today. Can we take a moment and give all the moms and dads a round of applause? I tell everybody that I talk to, because I try to do a lot of recruiting for Morgan State, that this is the mother of my education. This is what brought me into learning what it was going to take to not only value education, but appreciate turning my life into being a student of life. The education that I received here turned me from a male to a man. It made me responsible and understanding as an African American what I had to do to pay it forward, but also reach my hand back to bring people forward. It made me understand that in order for me to grow in life, I had to be a student of what I would become. Not just a student of the education, but the student of my passion, that what I would do for free, I would do to get paid in order to make people's lives better. I'm back home of the mother of my education, Morgan State University. To come back 30 years later, wow, that's heavy, it's real deep. My kids be like, he's prehistoric. But to come back 30 years later and see the phenomenal growth of Morgan State University, to see how they took a small footprint and showed every child here what growth looks like. To show every child to be a visionary. That if you're not challenged by your own vision, get away from it, because it's not the way that God intended you to go. Every profession that you will go into, everyone, if it doesn't make you contemplate quitting, if it doesn't make you think about your decision, get off that track, because the road is too broad. I need you to get into the straight and narrow, because that's going to take you to your destiny. It's going to make you who you were purposed to be. And as I talk to a lot of young people, they ask me, how do you know your purpose? And because I was young, I had a difficult time always answering that, because I didn't know my purpose. I went to school for business management and became an elected official. So obviously I didn't know my purpose. But then I understood and began to realize what it means to know what your purpose looks like. Whatever you love that you would be willing to do for free is where you'll find your purpose. I want to make sure I define love, because some people just think of joy. But I want to talk about love in regards to growth. So there's some things that you have to do when you find your passion, when you find out what you're destined to be. So to this graduating class, let me share a couple things with you. I need you to fall in love with adversity and stay away from controversy. See, I need you to understand that the only thing that strengthens you, that's going to make you great in whatever profession you go into, is the amount of adversity that God puts in your life to sharpen the gift that he gave you, so that when it's time for you to lead, you are prepared to step into your destiny and go get it. See, a lot of times when we face adversity, the first question we ask is, why me? instead of being thankful for it being you. And I don't want to create an impression that when father adversity come, it's going to feel good. But it's the spiritual weight that's necessary to develop you. So whatever you do, remember one thing. What you fall in love with, of what you want to be, is the adversity that's waiting on you to grow you. And we all understand adversity, especially if you mama and daddy. We got kids. And we love our children. And there's nothing about adversity I wouldn't go through for the love of my kids. How much more will you fall in love with adversity to bring out the best in you? That's what it's about. The second thing I said is stay away from controversy. Don't let the public define you. Define yourself. Don't let the media talk about where you came from, what you used to be, what the cap is in your life, all the things that you may have done in the past. Because if you didn't have no hard times yesterday, don't talk to me about today, because that means that you're short on wisdom. And if you're short on wisdom, you're short on growth. Let them know it ain't where I'm from, it's where I'm going. Stay away from controversy and you'll find your path. We often run from adversity only to run into the arms of being in a situation where controversy impacts us. Run from that one and into the arms of adversity and watch how you grow. You've heard me say that Morgan State was the mother of my education. It was also the mother of my life. Because in 1990, when I got here, the first time I went to class, the professor asked me what I was doing there. I said, well, you teaching, right? You know what I mean? You teaching, I guess. I'm supposed to be here. That's what it say on the paper. But I need you to understand education in life. The professor told me that my lesson wasn't in the classroom. It was with my classmates. And now we marched that day down from Morgan State to City Hall, where from afar I seen my first elected official that I ever met. We had shut the school down because they were trying to defund the greatness of this university, jealous of an aspect of a department that we had that was turning out stars. They wanted that funding. I had never seen a protest, never been in none of that stuff growing up, never met a politician growing up. But when I got here, I watched how the elected officials, Kwame and Fume, and the rest of them stood toe-to-toe with us to help us fight to make sure that Morgan State never got defunded and that we remain an HBCU that will provide educational and life services to every member that ever attends this university. The mother of my education and the mother of life. A degree in business management, but a profession of elected official. What if I'd have never seen a Kurt Smoke or Kwame and Fume? What if I'd have never seen them? What if I'd have never seen them stand up and fight for justice and what's right? See, there's the law and there's justice. Everybody must follow the law. Justice, Lady Liberty is blind. She can't always see justice. So it takes the heart and the spirit of a person to fight for justice. And to fight to make sure that this school remained and grew like it has grown. I thank each one of those gentlemen for birthing my profession in me, because it was the first time the light bulb went on. They turned a male to a man. The second part I want to tell y'all about. Now, mommy and daddy know this. You're getting your degree today. And I'm so proud of you. But as I said, mommy and daddy don't know where I'm going with this. See, you guaranteed, if God wills, for you to grow up, for you to grow old. What's not guaranteed is whether you'll grow up. So you guaranteed, if God wills, for you to mature in age. But I need you to mature in character, integrity, and make sure that they see who you are destined to be. Your mom and dad understand this. We know a lot of people in our family and in our friends that when we was in our early 20s, and now that we're a little bit older, we know the ones that grew old but didn't grow up. And the pain of not growing up is powerful. Because you abort the ability to be in birth what you were destined to be. And we can't afford to just grow old without growing up, because you are the world changers. You are the one the world is waiting on. You are the one that will be here in 30 years giving a commencement speech about how you changed the world. Because without me being here, without me understanding the struggle, without me growing up and becoming a man, I would not be the first black mayor of the city of Pittsburgh without the backbone of Morgan State University. It's important that we understand that. For me personally, I never get caught up on success. Because sometimes you can succeed without growth. I've passed many tests, but I had to think about them classes at the end of the semester. See, if I succeed, I'm not guaranteed growth. But in growth, I'm guaranteed success. So it's all about growth for me. It's all about growth for me. So I tell my team all the time, don't tell me what you knew yesterday. Wake up every day, graduates. Look in the mirror and say, I got a blank mind and I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Every morning, get up, look in the mirror and tell yourself you don't know nothing. Why? Because the teacher ain't came yet. See, the teacher of the day ain't came yet. So you don't know what the teacher is going to teach you. So if the only thing you're going on is the wisdom that you got yesterday, you can't multiply that if you don't look in the mirror and say, I know nothing today, and open up your heart to learning something new so you can serve your profession better than what you did at the beginning of the day. You don't know nothing in the morning. The teacher ain't came. And then at the end of the night, take a moment. Just take a moment to reflect. This is important. To reflect on what you learned through the day. And at the end of the day, if you can't think of something you learned, get in the mirror and ask yourself why you ain't paying attention. Because life teaches every day. I told you coming to Morgan State gave me a great education. But it taught me how to be a student. Yeah. And why is that important? There are some times, let me pretext that. I'm in a city where it's only 23% African American. I come from a teenage mother of 15. I grew up in poverty my whole life. And I never took education serious until I came here. So why is that important to be a student? Because it bursts the thirst that if I don't learn something every day, then the day is a failure for me. See, I stay hungry every single day because I need more food for thought than I need food on my plate. And so when I reflect back during the day to find out what I learned, the day that I look in the mirror and don't know what I learned about myself first, because knowledge comes first, about my profession, about my wife, about my kids, I gotta ask myself, when did I not, or when did I stop paying attention to what I was given to love? If I said that I love it and that I would do it for free, who am I to end the day with nothing to reflect on? We got an opportunity every day to learn. So as happy and as glad and as way we gonna party and celebrate tonight because you graduated, I want you to celebrate that success. And then next week, I want you to go get it. 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 Because back home, I proudly tell everybody I'm a graduate of Morgan State University. And as I shared with you, it's only 23% African American in my city. So I got people that I'm in the room with that come from the ones that they consider to be the prestigious, elite universities. You know? And I know how they see me. When I tell them I come from the great Morgan State, I know how they view me. Until we get to that table. Until we get to that table. Huh? See, because at that table, ain't no more classroom, ain't no more textbook. I'm gonna show you what got developed through me. I'm gonna show you who I am. Because I got something y'all don't have. I know diversity to a whole different degree because look at the blessing that I achieved in my life. I grew up in a city that was predominantly white. So I know you. I went to a school that nourished me of what it meant to be an African American man. You don't know me. I know how you see me because you lack the diversity to comprehend me. But I understand you. I know how you see me. Now let me show you who I am. So when I'm done, you can see what type of student Morgan State made me. I don't care where you come from, what school you went to, how you grew up. When we sit down at this table and it's time to go get it, I'm going to show you the student that this HBCU created to be able to deal every single day with everything that you may bring my way. I'm going to show you exactly what it meant to come here and be nourished. I'm going to show you exactly what it meant for me to come here and learn what it meant to be an African American in the fight for justice, to change law, to make professions a whole lot better than when we came. Come on.
That's right.
When I'm speaking, I tell them, can I share my pedigree? Because it took me a long time to fall in love with this journey. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about growth. See, she's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Growth. Man, it's amazing to grow. So when I come back and see how much this campus has grown, I'm blown away. I am blown away. I fall in love with growth because someone shared this with me, and I'm going to share it with you. To have ancestors come over on a boat, separated from their families, mama raped and beaten, daddy murdered, brothers and sisters don't even know who they are, got your name changed. To the law, not justice. To the law, not justice. They said we were 3/5 of a person. To Jim Crow 1 and Jim Crow 2. To not being able to go to school, own land, downright pray. Not being able to have any of the laws that said we was all God's children. For black men not even being able to vote to the 15th Amendment. For women not even to vote to the 19th Amendment. For the Industrial Revolution that promised free men and women jobs that never materialized. To civil rights, for voting rights, for human rights, for whites here and black here, to the drug culture, where everybody get high at the same rate, but the penitentiary look like me. To putting the first African-American, Barack Hussein Obama, in the White House. That's called growth. That's called growth. To the graduating class today, don't just grow old, grow up. And every day that you get the opportunity to shine, go into the dark room, tell them you don't need the light is here. The light is here. And then get quiet on them. Get quiet on them so you can hear their thoughts, so they can show you who they are. And then you show them who you are by continuing to be the light that they can't see, because you are the light in the darkness to take us to a whole new level. Leaders of tomorrow, congratulations and God bless you.
Come on, let's give an incredible Morgan State University thank you to Morgan's own Mayor Ed Gainey of Pittsburgh. Thank you very much, Mayor Gainey. Thank you, thank you. What an unbelievable commencement address. And I'm going to say to all of our graduates, what a charge. And I hope that when this is posted, that you will go back and you will actually listen to this commencement address several times, because there were so many kernels of wisdom here that I couldn't even attempt to summarize it. And so just one last time, let's show warmth to Mayor Ed Gainey, the first black mayor of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so we are now at the point in our program where the honorary degrees will be conferred, and I call once again on Chair Mfume.
Mr. President, the Board of Regents of Morgan State University hereby authorizes you to confer upon Mayor Edward C. Gainey an honorary degree in recognition of his notable and noteworthy achievements.
Ed Gainey, Mayor of the City of Pittsburgh, achieved a significant milestone by becoming the first Black person elected mayor of Pittsburgh, winning the hearts and votes of his fellow citizens with a progressive and inclusive vision for the city's future. He remains steadfast in his belief that an inclusive and united city can rise above any obstacle and become a model of prosperity for the entire nation.
Ed Gainey, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Morgan State University, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Public Service with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Rainey.